Welcome back, everyone. It's Eric from Rare Candy, and here today we are back on PTCGO, continuing the unintentional theme of this week, and that is going to be updating kind of some of these old favorite cards from Rebel Clash and try them out for the new Vivid Voltage format. Earlier in the week, we did try out Inteleon VMAX, and now we're going to be taking a look at I guess Turbo Boltund is probably the best name for this deck. This is the same list that was posted for our patrons over the weekend too, so they did have early access to this deck idea. But before we get too deep in this deck profile, just a couple things. If you guys can't, remember to smack that like button. It genuinely really does help get this video out to more Pokemon TCG fans on YouTube. And if you guys need any cards to complete this deck or any others on PTCGO, you guys can check out our friends over at PTCGOstore.com and use that coupon code RARECANDY at checkout to save yourself some money. And of course, our patrons have their own exclusive discount code of their own for an even bigger discount. But getting back into the actual deck, like I said, this is going to be all about Boltund V. No PikaRom, no Pikachu VMAX, nothing like that. We're going all in on Boltstorm here to do 10 plus 30 for each lightning attached to all of your Pokemon. That's the idea of the deck. Between Electrify, Turbo Patch, and the new Electrode from Vivid Voltage, we're trying to just swarm as much energy into play as possible to hit for big numbers with our homie Boltund V over here. So, of course, going on to Electrode, this is an important new card from Vivid Voltage for this deck. Has the Buzz Zap Generator ability. So if Electrode is on our bench, we can knock it out and search your deck for 2 lightning energy, attach them to our Pokemon in any way that we like, or lightning Pokemon, I should specify there. That is important to note. So yeah, this is going to give up a prize, unfortunately, but every game you can effectively give up at least 1 Electrode just because we are by and large a 2 prize deck. And so your opponent needs to take 3 knockouts, meaning even if we knock out 1 Electrode, they still have to knock out 3 2-prize Pokemon to win no matter what. So at the very least, we can get off one of these to basically do an extra 60 damage. But if we do need some more damage in a pinch, we can of course knock out additional ones if need be. So we also have 4 copies of Turbo Patch. This is another way we can accelerate energy. So it says on a coin flip, but nevertheless, you know, if we hit heads, it's basically a permanent, or I guess semi-permanent, depending on when the Pokemon gets knocked out. Form of damage, modification here. So there's that. Speed, lightning energy, obvious here. We have 11 lightning energy, so 15 energy in total. Seems like a lot, but we do need a good bit because you do find yourself running through energy a lot with Electrify here and also using Electrode. Sometimes I do find myself actually running out of energy in deck to be able to use Electrode, and that's actually one reason why we have the Ordinary Rod in deck as well, to get back some lightning energy just in case we do have to discard some excess ones a little bit there. Another way we can increase our damage output is going to be with Giant Bomb. So this actually works out pretty nice for Boltund. So if the Pokemon it's attached to gets dealt 180 more damage, they take 10 damage counters. Boltund has 200 HP, so if they ever one-shot our Boltund with this, we are guaranteed to get 100 damage on the field, which is definitely good. So a couple of other important cards. We have 2 copies of a Reset Stamp. Just because we have the Electrode, it's going to knock itself out. So ideally we can go like Buzz Zap Generator, get a bunch of energy in play, knock out with Bulletstorm, then Reset Stamp all in the same turn to really punish our opponent there. But other than that, guys, very straightforward stuff. Not too much else to really go over. But it will actually give one more plug to our Patreon. I actually dropped a bonus Boltund list that is based around Trumbeak. So if you guys want to see that instead of the Electrode variant, be sure to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/rarecandytcg. I will have a link down below in the description if you guys do want that bonus list. But with that being said, let's hop into some games and see how Boltund is going to do in action. So it looks like our opponent has a dark deck box. Very curious if this is going to be Eternatus. So we do is the flip, okay. Now if this is Eternatus, I actually don't feel that bad about the matchup. Giant Bomb definitely seems like it can pull some weight in the matchup, and Eternatus is like pretty linear like our deck too. So I feel like if both of us are just exchanging attacks kind of averagely, I think we should come out on top here. Now, man, I really do not want to research away to Electrode. Now, one thing that is good is our opponent did choose to go first, so we definitely want to get off the turn 1 Electrify here. So if we can just top deck in energy, I think I don't mind kind of saving this hand overall. Okay, so it's going to be Eternatus. That's fine. They got the Slowbro active to start with. I don't think the poison really matters too much against us. I think they can pretty easily one-shot us most of the time. So the big thing they want to see is going to be a dark energy. So looks like they might be digging for a Crobat in the meantime, though. There's another Eternatus, so I'm sure that's something they're happy to see. And a Crobat. So as long as they hit a dark energy, I mean, they pretty much have a decent turn 1 here. Okay, they have the capture energy. It's like basically just as good. So probably get down a Croagunk. Yeah, that seems good. So more than likely, I mean, we're going to get knocked out no matter what against a deck like this, just because they cap out at 270. We only have 200 HP. So now I actually kind of wish that I kind of wish we had a giant bomb. Okay, so we definitely get down Voltorb here. A part of me wants to even... Part of me wants to go for a Crobat, but man, I don't want to get rid of all these cards. Let's Quick Ball start with. We'll get rid of Dedenne. Let's see what we have in deck here. So we do have our Ordinary Rod, so that does make me feel a little bit better if we do decide to toss this hand. So if that's the case, I might just go for Boltund and then toss this hand. Oh wait, we actually don't have... Man, we don't have another Electrode, so we will have to hit our Ordinary Rod if we do want to toss this hand. So this is actually kind of a rough discard here. I don't think we can afford to Crobat, because we can't play down our hand. I think we have to just try to dig and eventually find our Ordinary Rod. So I actually might Dedenne change here just to have the option to keep digging, try to find Ordinary Rod with a supporter if need be. So we'll just do this here. Okay, Marty, that's fine, I suppose. So we can do this. Can always get down Koko preemptively as well, which I don't hate. We know they have Eternatus VMAX in hand, so I actually am kind of tempted to Marnie here overall. Yeah, we'll just go for the Marty. That seems okay to me. Hey, and we do get Giant Bomb, which is good. That's like, I think the next card we really wanted here on this turn. So from there, we'll just go for the Electrify. Get this guy powered up. We have a Speed Lightning for the next turn as well. We got Quick Ball for Crobat. So overall, feel kind of decent. We got the Giant Bomb. We pretty much got everything we wanted. Just kind of had some rough discards to get this hand to the point that it's at. So there's the Dark City, unfortunately. And we actually do not play a counter stadium in this deck. Oh, but just a pass. So the Marnie was pretty clutch here, it appears. So we're definitely going to get down the Speed Lightning here. Okay, so we can probably Quick Ball if we want to. Let's see, how much are we hitting for? 30, 60, 90, 20, 150 if we get energy with Koko. So I actually, this might be what I do. We're going to do this. So we're going to do this as well. Probably grab Crobat, I think. So here we're going to do Dance of the Ancients, get some energy on these guys here. And so I might end up using Electrify again this turn. So 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. So we're at 190. We would need another energy to get to have the KO. So I think from here, we're just going to switch into... We could save the switch as well, but I think we might go for another Electrify here. Yeah, so let's switch. And this way, if this guy gets knocked out, we're only going to give up one energy, which is kind of ideal. Okay, so We actually can take a knockout with this current hand that we have, because we can just knock out Crobat. I don't hate that. So we'll do that. We will switch and just go for the Bolt Storm here. It's kind of tempted targeting down the Eternatus V just to get you know, some chip damage, and we do get Electrode, so that's actually a good prize. And Light Energy, that's fine as well. Now, one thing is, unfortunately, we did free up a bench space for them to use Crobat V if they do want to. So there's going to be the Slowbro V. Are we lucky enough to avoid an attack this turn from the VMAX? I'm not too sure about that. We'll see. So right now they're hitting for 180, plus the poison damage is 190. So if they get Eternatus VMAX and a Toxicroak or Eternatus VMAX and one bench Pokemon, we are going to be knocked out here. Okay, so there is going to be the VMAX. I mean, there is a world where we might just win by picking off bench setters. That is also an option. There's going to be another Eternatus V here. Yeah, this Boltund is definitely going down, but we got some good prizes. We can work with this hand. So there is a world where we just smack this guy, but I kind of want to pick off something else on the bench and just win by taking out two prizers. Because that was our first boss's orders. And we're going to be able to thin out our deck pretty decently on this next turn. Okay, there's going to be a research. I'm cool with that. I do like the state that our hand is in right now. We haven't used any turbo patches as well. We got some giant bombs left, so I think we're still in good shape to probably win this one. Okay, there's going to be the Dread End. Okay, so they do have Dark City in place, so we can at least promote our own Crobat, so kind of is nice having free retreat that way. Okay, so we should be able to just win back-to-back, I feel like. So we'll use Buzzap Generator. Well, I'll attach here to begin with, I think. Because if we get another Boltund, I'd like to Buzz Up onto that, but we do not, so. So we are going to get 2 Lightning Energy. So 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, so 220 after our 10 base damage. So I think we probably just knock out an Eternatus. I think that's best. Maybe Slowbro. Yeah, that's fine, I suppose. Because they have 2 Eternatus V, so there's no real point in knocking out just one of them. And Slowbro does give them a unique effect they don't have anywhere else on the board. So that being said, we'll just do this. I'm going to get down both of these. We'll do this. We'll do this just to play down our hand. Just in case of a reset stamp, we want to be able to draw into this last boss's orders. There's going to be the Bolt Storm. Okay, there's gonna be another Boltund V. That's kind of cool. We really, yeah, we just have to not get reset stamped or Marnied, but our opponent really hasn't played anything like that yet. So there is a decent chance we get hit with something like that. And our other Dedenne is in the discard pile, which is also bad. We only have one quick ball left, so we are going to need to find our Ordinary Rod to maybe bail us out of a hand if we do get our hand reset in some capacity. Okay, so we just have the game here. So we are able to, we managed to avoid having to deal with an Eternatus VMAX. We were able to just snipe these bench sitters. So let's just double check. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180 plus the speed lightning. And that should be the game here. So them stumbling on that second turn, like them just whipping that second turn attack, I think made all the difference here. So I'll just promote our homie Dedenne. Get down our other Boltund V, speed lightning here. And Turbo Patch. We haven't played one, may as well go for one. We do get heads. Let's just add some extra insult to injury. Go for the Bossaurs on their Crobat V, and that is going to be the game's Turbo Boltund taking down big bad Eternatus VMAX, you know, debatably one of the top, you know, 2 or 3 decks in the format. So Bolt Storm was too much for it to deal with. Okay, so Hollywood Cole is going to call the coin flip here. We do lose the flip, but not too stressed. Okay, our opponent is going to go first, so we can at least go for the turn 1 Electrify here. Just curious what we are playing against. They have the Necrozma deck box and coin, so I don't know how much that really tells us about what we're playing against. But we shall see. So we are starting Koko, which is a bit of a bummer, because we're probably going to have to... I really don't want to get rid of a lot of these cards. I want Jump Bomb, I want to Reset Stamp on our Air Balloon here. So we see Jirachi. This could be a number of things. Could be Scorch. I think that's one of the more prevalent things. That or Blacephalon. I think those are some of the more popular decks that are going to be playing Jirachi. We're just going to grab a Marnie. So that tells me it's probably neither of those, actually. So maybe it's going to be Decidueye. Getting rid of another Jirachi, okay? Okay, so it's going to be Donphan. Oh, yikes. Oh, yikes. That's rough. I don't know if we can actually beat this thing. Yeah, I don't know how we do that. Just hope they whiff? I mean, that's all I can really think of, to be honest. Is there a world we just attack with Electrodes this game? If we can get... Okay, there's Mew, that's fine. Scoop up net. There's gonna be a Spiritomb as well. Cave of Toughness. Yeah, that seems like it's a pretty horrible match, if I do have to say. So unfortunately, we just have to Dedenne change his hand. We get energy on Dedenne here. We'll switch. And we're just going to research. Probably need a Boltund here. Seems good. We got another Voltorb. Yeah, I think our game plan actually might be to just yeah, just to go with Boltund and Electrode. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting matchup. I'm not sure if we can actually pull this off, but we're going to try our best, guys. So we'll do this. Definitely do this. And from there, just going to go for the Electrify. How much HP does Donphan have anyways? I think we'll do this and maybe to Dene. I'm not sure if we're going to need to go for a tingly return or not, so... Okay, so this hand is workable. Question is, do they have Donphan? If they do, it's going to feel bad because they can do 240 to Boltund for 1 energy. Now the good news would be is that we can, if we can find Electrode, we can actually take a knockout with that. Okay, and they do whiff the Donphan. That's actually pretty big. So we'll do this yet again. We're gonna do Air Balloon, probably on the Dene. I think that makes sense. And just gonna go for the Marnie. We do need a Lightning Energy here for the knockout. Okay, so we kind of want this Turbo Patch because I think we have a Lightning. Yeah, we have Lightning in there. Okay, so we get a Lightning here. We're doing okay. Kind of want to save these quick balls. We haven't attached for turn though, right? Yes, I think we're in a quick ball Boltund. Go for a Crobat. I want to save the rest of the cards in our hand. Probably going to save Electrode as well for the moment. Okay, so that's good. Turbo Patch, Tails, that's fine. So we'll get down Lightning, I guess on this guy over here. Yeah, I suppose that'll be fine. And I think we're going to Ordinary Rod while we're at it, so we'll do both. We're going to get our Dedenne. We don't really care about the Boltund. We just want to be able to Dede change if we do need to at some point. And even though we're going to be taking energy out, we're discarding, we can't Turbo Patch. We're more than likely, we're going to lose this Boltund next turn, so we do want to get some energy back in deck before we lose this energy. And yet again, I'm going to hang on to this hand just for the moment, and we're going to Bolt Storm. So they are going to refill their hand with Lucky Egg. They get a draw until they have 7. Now, if they knock us out with Spiritomb, they get KO'd as well, which would be pretty big. So they're ideally going to be looking for Donphan and an energy. Oh, Research, also a great prize to get. So whipping the KO last turn, pretty big for us. Not going to lie, so... But they have an 8-card hand now, so I imagine they probably have a decent out to finding what they need here. Okay, there's the Donphan. So, yeah, for 1 energy, does 120 times 2 for us, and then 20 to each of their benched Pokemon. Okay, Cape of Toughness going down on the Mew, so they're going to take 100 damage, so I think we might even go for a knockout with Tingly Return. And maybe get down another Voltorb just to sacrifice to Spiritomb next turn. So we only have 1 giant bomb left as well. We're going to need to be careful about that one. So one thing that could be good about Spiritomb as well is Voltorb can do 20. 20 for 1 doesn't sound that impressive, but if they keep damaging themselves like this, that actually could allow us to maybe get an easy KO on those if we do need to at some point too. Yeah, so they are going to take the knockout. I think ideally I want them to knock out 3 Voltorbs or Electrodes this game. So I think we're probably going to calm this Electrode back in for a Voltorb and then just get rid of this hand. Okay, so we'll grab this guy here. We're going to Quick Ball. We're going to toss away another Boltund. I don't think we're going to need any more throughout this game. And from there, just going to go for the research. So we want a Giant Bomb. That's actually busted. Got Speed Lightning as well. Turbo Patch. I'm going to save the Turbo Patch though in case of a boss's orders or something like that. So we're just going to do this. Do we reset stamp? I think we're going to save it until they get this knockout on the next turn. So we're going to do this number. Tingly return, take the KO, then send up this Voltorb. Okay, there's going to be a Phanpy. So curious if they are going to... Okay, just gonna get Lucky Egg down Jinx. That's cool with me. It would be nice if we had Tool Scrapper in this list, because we actually could get a knockout in this Spiritomb if we just Scrappered its Cape of Toughness there. But Energy on Phanpy and a Marnie. Oh, that feels so bad. Our hand was so good. We had Stamp, we had Patch, Dedenne, Speed Lightning. We were good to go there. Okay, we can still live with this hand. It's honestly still fine. Martial Arts Dojo. They can actually get a KO with Phanpy. Oh no, they can't. We're tied on prizes. Yeah, so that's pretty good for us. Now the question is, are they just going to hit us for 20? Or I'm sorry, it would be 40 technically with Dojo. Or are they going to evolve into Donphan and try to knock us out? Okay, so the bombs are gone. Question from there is, what do we do? What's our easiest path to figure out? I think actually maybe knocking out a Spiritomb this turn could be good. Because I kind of want to go boss just 20 knockout. Oh no, we'll be 10 short. Oh, that feels bad. So I think we just have to knock out the Phanpy. Right, I don't see anything else we can just easily KO with this Voltorb. So I think we'll just do this. Sure, we'll just do this. Just trying to think, what do we actually go for? I think we want to knock out Phanpy. I think we're cool with that. Let's see, what supporters do we have left? I think we're gonna go for the Marnie here. Because we have another Dedenne left in deck we could still draw into and a Quick Ball. So let's just do this. If we do need to keep digging, that is. Oh, yikes. That is not good. Actually, we can retreat. So that's fine if we do want to do that. Just feels bad not hitting our air balloon. Or did any to keep digging. So I think we're just going to retreat, lose the 1 energy off Electrode. Sure, we'll go for the Buzz App generator. Attach here. Over here. Turbo Patch as well. May as well. We'll do it here, and then from there we can just go for the Electric Ball. So this is not the main reason you play Electrode in this deck, but hey, it's doing what we need it to at the moment. Now, unfortunately, our hand is like kind of dead. There's going to be a research from our opponent. Yeah, right now our path to victory is not looking so hot, guys, because they have not played a boss's orders yet either. That's the scary thing. So they have one down. More than likely, I feel like they can probably get a KO on their next turn. They just need an energy and boss. I mean, if we top deck a reset stamp and just get a knockout though, I mean, sometimes that can just kind of carry you where you need to go. Okay. Okay, so we're definitely going to Dead Age change this turn, like, absolutely. Let's see how much energy we have left, Nick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 12. So yeah, we should still have some if we want to take the knockout this turn. I kind of want to go boss, knockout. No, we probably just want to knock out the active, to be honest. And we should have a boss left from there. Yeah. So ideally, the next turn, we're probably not going to be able to knock out the Dene, but we can do our best. So let's just do this, and hopefully we can reset stamp them and have that stick. So we'll go for the Turbo Patch over here on our homie Boltund. Hey, that's good. And we'll just go for the reset stamp. So we need this to stick. We just go KO Spiritomb. They whiff for a turn. There's a good chance we can win this one. So let's just go for 100 here. Communication, because if we can draw boss's orders, we have enough energy in play to knock out the Dene. Okay, there's Scoop Up Net. That seems kind of good. If they whip this, guys, we're good. But there's Quick Ball. Do they play Oricoria? That's the next thing. They get bailed by that. Maybe a Crobat even. But if they're playing like a single prize deck like this, I wouldn't imagine they're playing too many two prizers. Okay, Fampy, hey, that's a good sign for us. Scoop Up Net, what are they going to promote here? Jinx, maybe if their hand's dead? Fampy, okay, I'm cool with this. And Scoop Up Net, okay, to try to reuse Jirachi. Okay, so far they've burned a lot of resources not to get a supporter yet, so communication, hey, that's great. To me, that tells me we're probably in a good spot. So maybe they're going to communicate just to get another Jirachi in case this one goes down. And we get the victory screen, so we managed to pull off the old reset stamp to 2 and pray. It worked against the Donphan deck. I feel like on paper we should have gotten like eviscerate. We should have been like laid out on the pavement against this deck. But hey, we got there with the old Turbo Doggo deck. Alrighty guys, that's going to wrap up our look here at the Turbo Boltund V deck. So, you know, even though we lost Electro Power in the rotation last year, Lightning still does have a couple ways, or Boltund specifically has a couple ways of keeping its damage output high. You know, we got the Electrode, we got the Turbo Patch, we got the Giant Bombs to sort of make up the damage difference between us and our opponent. You know, one card I actually had in different iterations of this list was Bead. So if you guys like that, you can even try to integrate that back in. Bead's kind of cool. Sometimes it lets you take some cute like early KOs against like low HP things. But overall, this seems to be a kind of fun concept to experiment with. And like I said, I've also been messing with a Trumbeak version of this deck as well. So if you guys do want to see that, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I will have a link down below to our Patreon if you guys want to learn about how to access that content. That's going to wrap up things today. If you guys can, remember, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you can, consider supporting this channel, like I mentioned, by becoming a patron or by picking up some merch from our online store at rarecandytcg.com. It would mean a lot. But as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.